Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Coinbase, Intel, and a Meta price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. We're gonna start with the weekly for the Coinbase here, where we are looking at a potential 1-2 wave 3 finish, of course, toward the upside, and followed by a wave 4 and a 5. And currently, we're still, of course, unfolding this wave 5 to reach, of course, this blue box in the predicted target 530 and 780. This target is taken, of course, from the wave 1 based on the wave 3 to bring us, of course, inside this blue box, of course, for this wave 5. That it might finish, of course, an impulse here in case, of course, we are impulsive. Otherwise, this is going to transform to ABC, of course, a flat, expanding flat, and it might be, of course, a bigger A, B, and a C, meaning this wave B still can be, of course, expanding to this area as 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, basically, there is no indication for bearish. Despite the red that we are looking at, the invalidation for the bearish or the signal for wave B unfolding is, of course, taking this price exactly, or invalidation of bullish here. Meaning, if you take this price, that means, of course, it is not allowed, of course, that the wave 4 interfere with the zone 1 here. And that means the invalidation of this impulse, turning it into 3 waves, zigzag after 3 waves down. You're looking for this, of course, impulse for a wave C in an expanding flat. And of course, if we dive deeper inside it on the 4 hours chart here for Coinbase, we can see, of course, that this correction is already in the blue box as expected, where we are expecting after a running flat wave 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished wave 3. Currently, you're looking at an ABC. Very obvious wave B, of course, very shallow in time, and in price, which unfolds, of course, a very aggressive wave C toward the downside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This wave C can still, of course, have one more low, where we would like to see, of course, a finished impulse here as a 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle and a wave 5 toward the downside. Therefore, of course, I'm still expecting this fib level to be hit exactly within this blue box as we see here. So the target is still, of course, $300, which is very psychological as well. Yeah, so very, very likely to hit it and then continue toward the upside again for this wave 5. Now, on the lower time frame here, a target for a wave 5 can be given, of course, from the zone 1 to the wave 3 here. You might expect, of course, this wave 5 to hit inside this blue box, which is between the $575, $615 for Coinbase. That was it for Coinbase. Let's move for the next one, which is Intel. So starting with Intel on the 2 weeks chart here, we are looking at 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4 might still be unfolding, of course, here, where we didn't saw, of course, a high yet, and we still corrective in 3 waves toward the upside after 3 waves down, and potentially here finished, of course, as an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably one more low can be very likely, and then starting to move toward the upside can be, of course, as a W, X, and a Y. Unless, of course, we are in a bigger range triangle, it might be a wave D, of course, and then moving for wave E, and then, of course, continuation toward the upside. However, in both case scenarios, if you are in a W, X, and a Y, you're looking for higher prices for a wave 5. If you are in A, B, C, D, and an E, the wave D has to be a zigzag toward the upside, impulse, correction, impulse, meaning also the direction is still towards the upside. If we dive a little bit deeper on the 4 hours chart here for this scenario, we can see, of course, we are estimating 2 scenarios. After this low, we are looking if we have finished here, of course, a structure as a wave 5, but yeah, obviously it did not. We were estimating leading diagonal wave 1, 2, another leading diagonal 1, 2, but obviously we took the 886, meaning you will take the low, and we did. Once you see, of course, this done, that means, of course, you don't have double 1, 2, and what is remaining here is the only scenario as ending diagonal, where you have, of course, wave 1 as a zigzag, wave 2, wave 3, unfolding zigzag, and 4 and a 5 to finish, of course, this wave C finally as an impulse towards the downside. Meaning, we are looking here exactly at this impulse as a wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and F5 to unfold, of course, as an ending diagonal. The target for this wave 3 that in this diagonal might be reaching, of course, the following target as a diagonal. We might see the 0.786, 0.886, of course, inside this blue box, that we might finish a wave 3, meaning after this you would like to see 4 and a 5 continuation towards the downside. The targets are $16.13, 16.89 for Intel. Right, so that was it for Intel. Let's move for the next one, which is Meta. So for Meta here on the 2 weeks chart for the all-time history, we are looking at an impulse wave 1 here finished. Wave 2 followed by a wave 3, 4, and a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And of course a very deep correction wave B or a wave 2, meaning you are in a big wave 1, 2. Or in a big A, B, and a C towards the upside. Both case scenarios, whether wave 3 or wave C, needs an impulse continuation for higher prices. Now we see an impulse with double 1, 2s here, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to finish potentially wave 1. And then of course a deep correction wave 2 where it took of course the 0.38 taken exactly from this low to this top over there, and reaching the blue box in time and start to move toward the upside. And if we move inside it on the 4 hours chart here, we can see that this move is of course kind of impulsive. We see a 1, ABC wave 2, continuation in double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3 in the blue, then 4 in the blue, and finally wave 5 in the blue to finish here a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3. Still looking at a wave 4 potentially finished without hitting exactly the fib levels, which is very weird, and start an impulse toward the upside. This is definitely, of course, an impulse unfolding here, which it might be even your wave 5 can be finished internally, so be careful. However, I'm not very convinced. I believe that this might still unfold something much more bigger. It might be, of course, a zigzag here, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, because it is very intense, or of course, an extended wave 1. Extended wave 1 meaning wave 2, wave 3 is going to be shorter, 4 and a 5 even shorter than the wave 3. So one of those two scenarios might be, of course, extended wave 1 impulse, or it might be, of course, kind of like a diagonal, yeah, ending diagonal somehow for wave 5. The targets are the same for any case scenario here, or any structure that we might get. The 824, 873 might be, of course, the target taken, of course, from the zone 1 here, and based on the wave 3 to give us, of course, this blue box for this scenario. What it might happen after? Well, this is going to transform definitely to a 1-2, of course, 1-2, and then continuation simply for higher prices, because on the monthly, actually, you finished a major wave 1, and this might be your wave 3 after a wave 2 here, might be your wave 3, and your wave 3 is, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need this wave 1, of course, to be done and finished, and then continue for higher prices. That was it for Coinbase, Intel, and Meta. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.